So there we are. That's the AJ. That's AJ Australian Jamboree. That's where it gets its name from. 2025's a year, but somewhere along the line it'll be the 25th or 26th Australian Jamboree. So it gets two titles, but AJ 2025 is, and it's at our favourite little town down the corner here, Maryborough. Yeah, so they're expecting about 11,000 young people to be on site. It's a good site. It's reasonably well prepared for water, not like some that we've been on. Matty was just reminding me of Ballarat. They changed the name and made it Wettarat. It was the 1992 Jamboree, and it just absolutely flooded. We had people in it was either Robinson's Park or something like that. Victoria Park. The Christmas Eve, the newspaper office had water up to the ceiling. And we were coming down towards the end of the year. And we bust it then. I know it's only just down the road, but once you get inside those big gates that says welcome to Jamboree, it's totally different. It is a city within a city. So just because it's just down there, it means you will still have lots of fun. You'll meet lots of new people. You'll come home and Mum won't know you because you'll be able to wash up, you'll be able to wash your clothes, you'll be able to keep things tidy, and you'll be able to cook. So that's a guarantee we'll give you, that the young people will come back totally changed. Did you hear that, you pair? So what's a Jamboree? So Baden Powell came up with the idea of Jamborees in 1934-35 in Frankston, Victoria was the first Australian one. I didn't get to that one, I'm sorry. And it now goes around, it goes Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia, the only 4 states that run it now. Western Australia is too far away and it's too small. ACT is too small. Northern Territory don't have enough scouts. And Tasmania, well, it hangs off at the bottom, so it hasn't got enough scouts either. So they're the 4. Last time the Australian Jamboree was held in South Australia at a place called Tailem Bend. It was the dustiest, dirtiest place I've ever been in. And when the young people were pulling out the tent pegs from holding their tents down, the rocks were coming out with them.
I threw most of Lockie's clothes when he got home from that. It was disgusting.
Yeah, how much dirt you find?
So much. The bag was dirt, the clothes were dirt. It was, I threw half his clothes, his shoes, everything.
Even though he washed them regularly, they still were filthy. Didn't he? Didn't he wash? Oh, dear, oh dear. Yeah, so one of the things about it was that 4 o'clock every afternoon the wind had changed and the dust had just come straight through. Yeah, it was crook. 2022 was cancelled, it was Victoria. It was going to be held at a place called Elmore. Got canned because of COVID, except Victoria ran what they call Vic Jam and they had 4,500 people on site. COVID, 4,500 people in a scout site, yeah. So 2025 will be the next one, and after that it'll be every 4 years. So there's lots of discussions going on about how we will pick up people that miss this one, will they miss the next one as well? So they're looking at that. So that was Maryborough. You can see that this was, that's the racetrack, that's the mud there, that's the horse where they do their pavilion stuff underneath that's the quartermaster's store where all the food comes in. Big water slide there, these are the campsites. There's 4 sub-camps. The horse people have built more horse jumps and upset all our campsites, but we'll get round it. So you can see it's rather busy. and there's a fire station, a police station and a hospital on site. So if you want to be a nurse or something on site, they'll find jobs for you at the hospital. Much better because you get days off. If you're working in troop lines, you'll have fun, but you don't get days off. Yeah. Why do we have jamborees? What's one of the reasons you think we might have a jamboree? Fun, yeah? What else?
You learn stuff and meet.
Learn stuff, yeah. And you meet, what else do you do when you're there?
Have fun.
Have fun and you meet?
Different people.
There are lots of people and they'll be your lifetime friends because lots of our leaders keep coming back to jamborees. The bloke I go with is a fellow called John Palmer. He's from Longreach. He's the group leader. He's a world jamboree chaser. Who can go? Now, let's get rid of this myth. You don't have to be 13 years of age. They'll take you 11 years and so many months. I don't have the exact figure, but you're probably too old, Felix. Will you be 15 by the time the jamboree starts? You going down as a venturer or as a...
Well, probably as a venturer. I'm leaving my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying his brother will be 11 in April, so he might be able to.
11 for April. Yeah, he'll be all right. I think April. Yeah.
So could probably 15
Yeah,
too.
Finch, we were told that because it was cancelled, or somewhere along the line it's filtered down to us that that if you were old, like 15, you could go as a participating scout.
Yeah, you can go, that age group can go either as a venturer patrol or as a venturer in a camp actually helping run the jamboree. So they've got two options, the venturers. Well, the ones that missed AJ2022, that's what they're looking for. So it's 10 days from the 6th of January to the 15th. Queensland, we get in a little bit better. We have a couple of extra days. We go on the 5th and come out on the 16th. So we get 2 extra days. Same amount of money, you still get an extra, instead of 10 you get 12 days. Yeah, I'll probably go down straight after New Year, I reckon. So that's what a jamboree looks like. That's the site. It's at the equestrian park. If you people don't want to pay the full fee, you can actually, what do they call, independent travel. And you probably drive down, and I would think we went to the action park last time, dropped the children off there, they're picked up in a bus and they were taken to the jamboree. So you actually save a little bit of money. I don't know how much it is, haven't seen the fees yet.
$200.
200 is it? Yeah. Yeah, so each one of those little boxes is a campsite. All right, so the activities change from year to year. Sometimes they will have, we used to have what they call bike bungle, where we gave the scouts a box and it had 2 wheels, a frame, a pedals, handlebars, and they had to put it together and then they had to race it. So they rode so far, then they changed riders and they had to go around this circuit. So that's probably something like that is. So $2,400 it is for scouts, right? This includes everything you get at the jamboree, to and from, all your food, your accommodation, and of course all the amazing activities which you can participate in over the 2 weeks. Okay, so they talk about if your group decides to run what we call a fundraising committee to send the youth members to Jamboree, it needs to be documented, please. It needs to have the group treasurer as part of that committee because it's public money you're dealing with. All right, so that's the, and the rules you need to put down is if you come along to an activity, how's it worked out? If the whole family comes along and there's 5 of you, do you get 5 portions for that day, or is it just the young people going away get the portion? So all those things need to be sorted out. Because I was telling the leaders the other night, I have seen lots of group actually just disband because their fundraising for the group are the mothers and fathers that are wanting their children to go to Jamboree. So the group doesn't get any fundraising. So just be aware of that, please.
Would it be worth setting up a district fundraising committee for Jamboree?
No. Keep it as a group, Matty.
There's only 4 groups now, district now.
Yeah. You'll find that those people will get lots of good ideas because they want to send their young people, and it's rather expensive for 3 if you decide to go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so...
What about district fundraising ventures? Could we call in for maybe 1 or 2 big district fundraisers?
If you want to, I'd have to run it past the district association boys first. There are ways and means where you can apply for assistance. There's the Baden Powell Society. They assist people to go to Jamborees. The Chief Commissioner sometimes has a fund where it is available. Sometimes Dick Smith comes good for funds, so you actually have to write in. So keep an eye on the Chief's newsletter and you'll see where they're looking for people to apply for funds. So just remember that you're on site for, what do we say, 12 days? So that's $200 a day. So out of that they get fed, have all their activities, and they're babysat. I mean, they're looked after for the 12 days. By all means, you can do your bottle recycling, group work together, big fundraising events, share the profit. Lord Baden Powell Society, there we are. I thought they were there. Think about the cost of a large flat white coffee, $6.25. Okay, stop drinking coffee, people. All right, so that's very quick. Can I tell you that in this district we will run a training camp about November. And that weekend they will have the opportunity to put up bell tents, because I will make sure I get a couple from Brisbane, because that's what they'll live in when they get to camp. They will be taught how to use a washing machine, which is a 20-litre bucket with a plunger. So that's, and they'll do some cooking. Cook for a whole 40 people they'll cook for the duty patrol. And each day at camp, one patrol will be left in camp and their job will be duty, and they'll look after getting the food supplies for the day, making lunch, clean the place up a little bit, and then the team I'm in, we're the camping team, there's 4 of us, we actually go around and visit each Queensland site each day to make sure they are healthy, it's clean, and we award pennants. And I meant to bring one, but I had a meeting at 5 o'clock, so I didn't get much time to have tea and get here. So any questions? So, yes, Felix.
Is there a menu for the food?
A menu?
Yeah.
Plenty of food, you won't starve, put it that way.
If we're cooking burgers, I should be with the ramen.
Oh, you get plenty of variety. So anybody special meals? Because they will look after you. As long as you put it on the application form what you need, the contingent will look after you, and also what we call the JEC, Jamboree Executive Committee. They will also have a body of group of people that actually look after special diets. All right. Yes.
Do we get split up? Like if we go down as Millbank, we get split up into different...
No, you'll be in different patrols. You won't be with your brother, put it that way. But we don't want fights. But Millbank will be in one troop, but you mightn't all be in the same patrol. So you meet a lot of other people. Depends on how many go. If you've got 25 people from Millbank and there's only 36 scouts in the troop, well, you might become a patrol leader. And the patrol leaders will come back with a nice little cap that says, I was a patrol leader at AJ25. Worth lots of money later. Yeah, any other questions? You will have to cook for 40 people. That's your 4 leaders and 36 scouts, including yourself.
Badge levels, achievements. I know that Queensland contingent or AJ themselves said there is a minimum level for scouts to have achieved before going to Jamboree.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they are?
Not off the top of my head, but I can know that it's got to be 3 nights in a row camping.
Yeah.
So that will be Easter camp, that'll cover that. Or one of the LEAP programs, which is either 3 days or 7 days up north. It will be probably OAS 3, I would think, camping, probably. And you've got to be, you must have camped at least 10 nights. I know that's a factor as a scout. All right, so between now and January, you need to get those 10 nights in.
How would that go for like his case in particular? He'll be 11 in the last day of Jamboree. So if he misses this one, he'll age out for the next one.
No, he'll get the next one, guaranteed. Because I think that normally we go 11 and 9 months, 11 and 3/4, something like that. I know a lot of cubs are throwing their cubbies up at 10.5 now.
Yep.
To try and get them in.
Yeah.
Rather
well, that's what I was hoping to get him into this one, because the people I've talked to, like that Jamie or Jenny or whatever she is, I think she's running, she did a bit of the planning and that for Coveree, and she's on Jamboree as well. She was saying that some of them may miss out, the younger ones might miss out at this Jamboree, and they'll age out at the next one. So
but they won't miss out. They'll have to, because they brought this 4-year rule in, they're going to have to allow for, like the young fella.
Yeah, to go as a scout.
Yeah.
There we go. Put the application in and see what they say.
So it'll be in Sydney, Cataract Park.
Yep.
So you ever been in an aeroplane? Oh, good, because they'll fly you down. Yeah.
What time do we have to wake up in the morning for each day?
Felix, if you're duty patrol, you'll have to have breakfast on the table by 7 at least. So you're probably up at 6. There'll be some leaders kicking you out of bed. But only... So there's 6 patrols over 12 days, so it's only twice that you have to get up real early. Yeah. Oh.
And you're not travelling home, so you don't have to get up at midnight to catch the bus to the airport.
Oh, there will be curfews. There will be curfews on it too, and there'll be no mobile phones on site. Queensland have said that none of our scouts will have mobile phones whatsoever. Telstra will have boxes there, I suppose, like they normally do. Card or something, I don't know what they work on. We used to do reverse charge, that's how long ago I used to phone.
It's all free now.
Yeah, well that's right. So
I thought I read somewhere that they wanted scouts to have phones.
yeah, Queensland have made the decision that they don't want them. A simple reason, you could imagine what would happen around the ablution blocks and the toilets and showers. Yeah, so.
Is that because of EQ brought in their rules about phones at schools?
Yeah. I don't know what the other states are doing, but I was talking to the contingent leader over the weekend and he said definitely there'll be no phones for Queenslanders.
These days, especially the use is just outlaw rather than try and police it.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll make our job a lot harder. So normally you allow probably $10 a day for spending money for the young people. If you put it open up, just go to the bank and ask them, can you get a credit card from or a card that they can use, not lose. Or if you send money away, what happens, the Jamboree troop leaders will have, sorry, I'm not allowed to call them that anymore, they're Jamboree unit leaders, so they're jugs. Juls, J-U-L, Jamboree unit leaders. Yeah, they have a security box, and once a day they will open that up, and if any sign in and out, so that in little bags, so everybody has their own bag. So especially if you swap badges, you can see that's the first one. The second one is sitting at home, which I have to sew the badges on. The boss is refusing to do it, and then I'll have to start the third one as soon as I get all those other ones on. So the rule for swapping badges is 1 for 1. All right, so if you have a Bundaberg district badge and you want to see an American and he's got one of these U-Butte big badges, I don't think there's one on there.
Don't let them bully you.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Your unit is good as what his unit is at home. All right. I'll talk about scarves after we finished. All right, any other questions, people?
I have one, just to clarify. So all of Queensland came together, right?
All Queensland will be in Queensland troops
Okay.
in different campsites,
Okay.
in different sub-camps.
Okay. So if we all went down, so the people here, if we all went down
As Millbank,
as Millbank,
yeah,
or
Millbank will be all in the one troop. Sorry, unit.
Okay. And that one unit is smaller, is it like 30 people?
36 scouts,
Yeah.
4 leaders.
Okay. Right.
And they will have, each patrol will have a,
But the brothers and sisters won't be together.
oh hell no, worst thing in the world.
I can assure you of that because I went to Jamboree and I was not in my daughter's patrol.
Okay. So, in different patrols, right?
Yeah.
Units and patrols.
Yeah,
Okay.
same unit, different patrols.
Right.
So any decent troop Jamboree unit leader will ensure that he doesn't have brother and sister in the one patrol. 'Cause otherwise he'll get grey hairs. Yeah, matey.
Also, I was confused with if we're going to Venturers, would they still be with this unit of scouts, or would they be with a different unit of Venturers?
Okay, you've got a good point. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. They're talking that maybe they could have a whole troop of venturers that want to camp, or they might have a venturer patrol in a Jamboree unit. Got that right? Jamboree unit, I don't know. It's still being decided.
Because he'll be 15 in September this year.
Okay, so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can make a decision if they want to go down as youth members or if they want to go down and be helpers.
Yeah.
Cost you the same.
Yeah. Prefer to be like,
Participant. Yeah.
yeah.
So if you go as
So
a
that's a scout, right?
venturer unit, you probably make a lot more fun. I don't know. I never got to that stage.
When you say youth member, do you mean a scout?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
people call them kids and I get most upset about that. So they're youth members.
Yeah.
What about Visitors Day and Future Scout Day?
Yeah, Cubs will be on site one day, so that'll be, and then that's normally market day, and everybody will be on site. They won't be off site that day. That's the day I usually take the day off and hit the frog and toad.
What's market day?
I don't know, it's somewhere in the middle. So what happens is that each unit, I'm getting this right, each unit will decide what they're going to sell. So normally they will have Jamboree dollars. So that's given out to the units and they can go around. Normally they'll have this sub-camp and that sub-camp will do it one day. That sub-camp and this sub-camp will do it the other day. So you get a chance to go and have a look and buy, and some make donuts, some make string thingos. Mill Park Beach makes those funny little things with the shot cord. So they're the sort of things they sell. Paracord, sorry, thank you.
think Visitors' Day was middle Saturday.
Yeah.
Cup Day was the Sunday directly after it.
Yeah, it'll all come out in the program.
And is that when parents come down?
Yes.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
don't have to come, do they?
No, they don't have to. They don't have to, but I think they might like to.
No.
But they have to register that they're coming.
But just for a day trip.
Yeah, yeah. Just on that Visitors' Day. You don't have to worry about him. We'll look after him.
Will there be an overnight on this one?
I would think so. I'm still trying to get my... Yeah. The bloke that's running the activities for the JEC he likes being away doing things. So there'll be on-site activities and there'll be off-site. So normally there's, out of the 10 days, there's usually 3 days off-site. So one will definitely be Harvey Bay, and that'll be a water day. We're not going whale watching.
The team have been, they were, the
The
Jamboree
Jamboree.
team were actually at Cubaree, during Cubaree, having a look at the way Cubaree had used the site for their camp, and had paper all over the walls of the big new main pavilion, and they had done a heap of work over a couple of days, and felt it was worthwhile coming up to Cubaree and seeing what the camp looked like there, and what they could imagine, 3 times the size of the Jamboree. So looking at what activities they could do, where they could put them, and that's on-site and off-site. So they had a chance to travel around to some of the off-site activities that Cubaree were doing and have a look at what they've done there as well, just to sort of, spark some ideas. So things are well and truly moving. It's just, there's a lot that goes in with risk assessments and planning and costing for all of that.
So they haven't got any celebrities organised yet?
Nothing is confirmed or denied. That's all I know.
Maddie, why haven't I got sound?
If it's the only concern I would have with
Yeah.
this Jamboree being in Maryborough in January is the heat. With so many people, that's actually all
Okay, so to mitigate that, they normally will have around what they call the mall, because that's where all the shops are and all the contingent headquarters. They usually have where you can walk through and there's mist being sprayed out all the time and fans. So there will be lots of shade. There will be shops on site, cold drinks, ice cream, I hope. So yeah, and I'm sure your young people, you would tell them that they've got to drink so much water a day. Their leaders will be watching that, and their patrol leaders will be watching it.
But also at a corporate level of Jamboree, having had to do this for Kiwi Wobble when we hosted it in Bundaberg a few years ago, there will be public health guidelines that need to be adhered to, and public health will be looking into things like heat exhaustion as well as
they'll be on
hygiene
site.
And everything else. So, and the medical teams usually follow that up pretty well.
sleeping in tents, if this year with the humidity and everything that's going on, so I think that's going to be.
But they had similar issues in Adelaide. Adelaide got quite warm in January.
As well,
Melbourne will get quite warm in January everywhere, but they manage it because they're aware of it and it's something that they take seriously.
It's what Queenslanders are supposed to be tougher than those of south of the border, than the Mexicans.
We are. We definitely are. All right, just a couple of quick things. Oh, get away. Thank you. This was a tradition started by a bloke called Jack Edwards, and he made a lot of these woggles. He's passed away now, Jack. He was called Woody Woggle. I will pass it round. You can have a look. That's, I don't know, a few years there. Please don't take them off the thing because they are very precious. Over here I've got array of scarves. So this table here has got Jamboree scarves from 1968 to 2016 because I can't find the 2019 one. I don't know what the hell I've done with it. We have a newspaper on site. It gets usually it's taken off site and printed. We have a media team on site, and Snakes Alive, yeah, where's Kevin? There's a few of those. Where's Wally? Wally often turns up. Badges, there are lots of different badges. Oh, you can see a few there. Scarves. Now, state scarves, what do I do with them? So our red scarf, right, is a state scarf. Please don't swap it for a New South Wales troop scarf because it's a tea towel. Because that's exactly what it looks like. It's got multicolours and it's not the state scarf. All right, so your scarf is a state scarf.
We're the only ones that have only states. Everywhere else has groups and units or district scarves. They even paint their halls in the same colour as the scarf. They wouldn't be wearing their usual uniform, would they, Finch?
No, they should be wearing the Jamboree scarf. All right, so if you meet a Taswegian, that's his state scarf. All right, it's got the lion on it. If you meet a South Australian or a crow eater, that's their scarf. If you meet a Western Australian, they have a nice gold band around it with a swanee on the back. Victoria is a light blue with 5 stars of the Southern Cross on it. And New South Wales is, it's got a shield with like a knight shield on it. And I don't have one of those. I don't think I want one. So, if you want to just, any other questions at all? Now's the time to start fundraising.
Keep up with the social media channels, both the AJ25 Facebook page and the AJ2025 Queensland Contingent Facebook page. The Queensland one recently had a Facebook post up that explained the difference between the individual Facebook pages and why there's some of those channels will have the same information, but some of them will also have different information. Especially your Queensland one, that's the best place to direct any questions about transport or costings or things like that. Your national page is where you direct things like fatigue management, heat stress management, what are you doing about this, activities, risk management, all that sort of stuff. That's the national page. That's not a Queensland contingent responsibility necessarily.
So the 2013 held at Maryborough was the first Australian Jamboree since they went to AJ's that made a profit. So now we've got to make a profit again this time. And that money goes straight back into scouting. So the shops will be probably manned by people like the Rotary Club or the Apex Club or the Lions Club. You'll probably get a chance to go to the Military Museum on your day in Maryborough. It's usually a very good day because you end up riding a train, going to the museum, a few other things. You get a chance to have a Macca's that day, Felix. Or Hungry Jacks or something. You'll get... Yeah, Maryborough people are very open to the Scouts being there because it puts a lot of money into their town. And you'll be happy to know that I have heard that the local North Coast Foods out here and are also supplying food to the Jamboree as well as Harvey Bay Wholesale, HBW. So we're getting some money coming to Bundaberg. And the leaders will actually have, on their day off, they will have trips, and I think there's one coming up here either doing turtles or visiting that funny bottle that's got the white bear on the side. Go and have a look, check him out.
As long as we get to have samples.
No samples.
You get 2 with your ticket in. Take it with class.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, you youth members won't be allowed to do that, I'm sorry.
That's a special windows only.
Yeah. Look, once you get inside that gate, if you're worried because it's in Maryborough, it's a totally different scene. I can guarantee that once you get in that gate, you start putting up the tent, get your site organised, and then start enjoying the activities. It'll be, I wonder where Mum's got to, because you won't need her. And your mum will be on site, so you'll have to behave. A couple of times I've gone away, I usually get the advance and rear party, so we go down even earlier than what the scouts get on site. And I have sent texts back to people in Bundaberg, please bring coats. Because the first time in Melbourne, the second night we were there, that we had a hell of a storm and we froze. Had to go out and buy jackets and wellies.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
All seasons in a day.
So I will keep you informed. I'll put it out that that camp's going to be on. You're most welcome to come out and watch the people, what they're doing, and see how they wash. We'll be doing washing. And one of the jobs the patrol leaders get to do is to ensure that every member in their patrol washes every day. I got caught at was it Springfield? No, it wasn't Springfield. Collingwood Park. I was in troop 321 and I had one QP. I could not work out why it stunk. We used to throw up the ground sheet, air this side, throw up the ground, air that side, throw it this way, air that side. 5 days, then we found one person there hadn't showered. The patrol took him down and fixed that.
Back in the good old days when you could sock bath people.
Yeah, no. This one was, they took him down and he came back clean. I just, even with spraying deodorant and scent and everything like that, just could not get rid of the smell. So yes, showering is most important, changing the clothes, and we will do the washing. That's even better, it's more fun. Thank you. Okay, look, that's all I've got. If you've got no more questions, have a look along on the other side there, just have a look. There's some World Jamboree stuff there. I'm trying to go to the 2027 one in Poland. It should be good. And that'll probably be my last one, I would think, because they probably won't let me go anymore because it gets too dear for insurance.
Do you have an estimated cost for that one yet?
Normally it's about 9, and that'll be maybe a pre-Jamboree trip or a post one, but yeah, they'll start.
About 9 grand.
Yeah, I would think, Luke.
Yep.
The American one, I'm just trying to remember. We had, we went to a place called the Summit in America. They bought this piece of dirt and they just made it a scout ground. And they're even talking about after Poland that maybe all World Jamborees will be held in America, because this place has lakes that you can do fishing on, you can do canoeing on, you can do kayaking on, you can do any water sports. They have a river runs through this, so you can do whitewater stuff. And then they've got, of course, the Americans. They've got pistols, they've got shotguns, they've got long rifles, they've got archery. And that was on site. And then there was off site as well. And believe it or not, I was having breakfast one morning with a gentleman and he's sitting beside me, and I happened to look at the side and here's a little gun here, and I'm thinking, I said, what's your job? He said, I'm bear control. Because there were bears on site, and we saw them every day because they tipped over the rubbish bins to get in and get food. Black bears. So yeah, so it's a real wilderness. All right, well, thanks you for coming along. I hope you don't get too wet going home.